Are there restrictions for living in the private that we need to be aware of? Things that we can or cannot do? You can do anything you want. If it were me, I wouldn't use the social. And the use of the social is twofold. One fold gaining credit, one fold putting it down on an application for an apartment or a bank account. The element of utilizing a social on a bank account, they do hypothecate your signature. So there is a debit and a credit side to every transaction. So if I'm at the gas station, this is important to wrap your mind around. So I'm not going sideways. I'm trying to explain something. The element of being at a gas station and you have one card and it can go credit or debit, you're going to choose the debit every time. Why? The credit, they hypothecate, they get prepaid on 100% of everything that you swipe, and then you pay them back again. That's how the banks work. And a debit comes straight out of the account, and they don't make money on debit. That's why they always encourage a 2% rebate on a credit card swipe transaction. Now, how can they give you a 2% rebate on a credit card swipe transaction when the merchant taking the card has got a 1.69 swipe rate, from the merchant card processor, meaning there isn't 2% to play with to give to the swiper. That's how they do it. They're prepaid. These banks are prepaid on 100% of these transactions. So the thing to look out for when you're opening up accounts is, and it's not really a restriction, it's a paying attention to. You want to make sure that you're not giving away your rights as a U.S. citizen, a taxpayer, or any of those things, and that you clarify who you are, and you do it in a form and fashion that is not going to flag the account, or you do it in a form and fashion where you just sign non-assumpsit as your signature, or as the autograph, or as the cursive writing on the signature line. And I say it that way because when you're handwriting non-assumpsit, you're not giving an autograph, you're not giving a signature, you're telling them in cursive that there is no contract. And then they look at what appears to be a signature and they grant your account, and now you can operate. So those are the things, kind of like, and it's not being tricky. It's, you don't agree to what it says, but you want the account, and they say, okay, and they give you the account. And I have done it on all of mine. And that's an important thing to understand. Why? Because jurisdiction 101, federal, state, they'll pull in that bank signature card. They'll pull in whatever they can to show that you said you were a U.S. citizen. I didn't, and then you can have that argument at that time. But the point is there isn't a lot of restrictions. There's a lot of freedom. You're going to start utilizing the element of paying cash for everything, or taking over a payment from somebody else on something, or buying a used vehicle, or taking over their car payment, or taking over their house payment, or paying cash for it. We did it for thousands of years. There's no reason why we can't go back to that. It's like people idolize their credit score, and what's coming down is a complete credit driven system from China, that they want everybody on. So you can either not do this and partake in a hostile takeover of the nation and a world order takeover. There's like a fight between two big regimes, and then a freedom movement who's extremely disorganized. But the two big regimes are not disorganized, and it's like, no matter what, the power brokers at the top win, no matter who gets into place. But it's kind of like they pit people against each other. The Lee family, the Pacer family, those are the two main families of the world. The Pacer family is absolutely, in my opinion, the most demonic family on the face of the earth. But the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Warburgs, they all pay tribute to them. So you can either come out and be free and be obedient to God and receive the benefits of not filing returns or paying homage to evil operations, or you can keep doing that and wait for the world order to take over, get chipped and marked. And I'm being coy, but you know what I mean. It's that's the truth of what's coming. So there is really no other way, in my opinion, other than to uncontract and be private and fall under God directly and receive the provisions and protections of God, and also have man's law, treaty law, Supreme Court rulings all throughout the nation to protect yourself, and the Lieber Code.